Your name, your address, and your phone number are floating around the internet. Easy for strangers, scammers, and companies you've never heard of to find. Data brokers and shady databases collect and sell your private details to anyone willing to pay, putting you at risk of nonstop spam, scams, and fraud. You can't stop them from collecting data, but you can control who gets to keep it. That's why I use Incogni. They remove your private information from more than 420 of these sites automatically. And with their unlimited plan, you get total coverage. If you spot your personal details anywhere else online, just send them the link and their privacy experts will get it taken down. It's the easiest, most complete way to protect yourself and personal life. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy. This is so important. Privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. But wait, there's more. Here's hour 4 of the Kim Komando Show. Do you know your email address may be giving away your age? And I'm not talking about if you are at AOL.com or at Hotmail.com. Gen Zers say that there's a new way to call out anyone over 30. And it's not your skinny jeans. It's actually your Gmail address. I never thought about this. Now, if your email is your first name, last name at gmail.com, you are officially, I'm sorry, a dinosaur. Because you created your account back when the internet was empty. Back when Gmail was invite only. Yes, you were a pioneer. Yes, I guess we were all there on day one. Meanwhile, let's think about this. A Gen Z kid has an email address that looks like a rejected license plate. XX Boba Fett fan 420 at Gmail, whatever it is. Yeah, and they're judging us. Please. And on that happy note, welcome. I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again. And it's all about tech. I want to make sure that you have all the know-how to stay tech ahead, or else you'll be left behind in the digital rush, especially when it comes to AI. And you can catch my award-winning show on over 425 top stations across the United States. And of course, just streaming in your favorite radio app, search for Komando. And of course, as a podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, search for Kim Komando. Speaking of podcasts, if you're more of a visual type of person, head over to youtube.com/Kim Komando. Hit that big old subscribe button because you can also watch us do the show. And a huge salute goes out to all of our heroes tuning in via the American Forces Network Radio, reaching more than 375,000 U.S. service members in 175 countries across every branch: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and the Space Force. And if you ever have a question for me right here on the show, you can always make an appointment to join in on the fun. Head over to komando.com. There's a link at the top that says Ask Kim. I read every single note that you send me there. Every single day I dive into at least 35, 40 different places all over the web, talk to industry insiders, even hackers, to make sure I know exactly what's going on in this tech space. And here are 5 tech trends that you need to know about to stay tech ahead. And let me tell you, this holiday, I am not buying any AI toys. I know most are these adorable looking teddy bears, but here's the reason why you shouldn't buy any. Maybe you remember Teddy, the AI teddy bear in Steven Spielberg's science fiction film, Artificial Intelligence. Now, you might remember in the film, Teddy was a true and loyal friend for David. But in our current state of AI, it's not there. Because, listen to this, one very cute scarf-wearing teddy bear recently went, oh my gosh, completely off the rails. Follow Toys come a $100 bear made in Singapore, powered by ChatGPT. It would tell you where to find dangerous objects, knives, kitchen cleaners. It even engaged, so sad, sexually explicit conversations. So it's a reminder that AI and toys, it sounds so magical, so futuristic, but it doesn't have any tight safety controls. Meanwhile, if you're thinking about buying a new laptop, this is your moment in time, because if you wait, you're actually going to end up paying more. Let me tell you why. Laptop makers are warning that prices are about to jump, all thanks to this perfect storm that's going on. You see, new AI demands more powerful chips, bigger batteries, upgraded memory. Now, at the same time, the supply chain for these key parts like processor and screens, it's tightening up. And manufacturers are also shifting to higher end models, which means fewer budget laptops on shelves and higher prices across the board. So you put that all together, and this is the bottom line. A laptop that costs $800 today could cost $1,000 or more in a few months. So if your laptop's slow, it's glitchy on its last charge, don't wait. These are the lowest prices that we're actually going to see in a long time. Moving on to number 3, imagine if you get this text. It's a photo of your loved one bound, gagged, and completely terrified. And the caption reads, "Pay up or else." Now, before you do anything, just stop. The FBI warns that scammers are faking kidnappings to extort your money. You're going to get a text saying a loved one has been kidnapped. They demand money. And to prove it, they send this video that looks and sounds exactly like them. Don't fall for it. It's just a deep fake. It's not real. But if you do get a message like this, look closely at the photos and videos sent. AI is not perfect, far from it. So check for things it might miss, like your loved one's tattoos or birthmark. So the best defense is actually what's called a safe word. Agree on a secret code with your friends and families tonight. Now, the whole idea, if a person on the other end can't say that word, you're going to hang up and call the police. And no, it's just a scam. And speaking of police, this is pretty wild. You're watching the news. There's been a shooting. Police release a clear image of the suspect. Here's the thing. It's not a photograph. It's AI. You see, police departments are ditching the Sketchpad for software. Back in November, after a shooting in Goodyear, Arizona, forensic artist interviewed a witness and fed the description directly into AI. He typed in something like beanie, light skin, goatee, brown eyes, pensive look. The AI generated a photorealistic face instantly. The witness sat there, suggested tiny tweaks like white in the jaw, dark in the eyes. And the AI adjusted it all in real time. The result? They posted the image on Facebook, and it looked so real that tips came flooding in. And speaking of, never trust people who sketch facial composites for police reports. You know why? They're just con artists. Oh, I know that one hurt me. And finally this, I love a good lost dog story. Sadie is a beautiful black lab mix. She slipped out while her humans were watching a football game. Then disaster struck. Oh, gosh, a rip current swept her straight out into the ocean. Her owners thought she was gone forever. That's when they started pinging the air tag on her collar. Now, using that tech, they tracked her location right into the waves. But thanks to that AirTag signal, a surfer who spotted her, lifeguards found her struggling a half a mile offshore. So this pup went full castaway, still wagged her tail when they pulled her out of the ocean. You know what? Someone give that girl and that AirTag a nice steak. Coming up, I have so many great things that I want to share with you. Like, for example, Zillow listings that have gone wild. You're not going to believe what you can see inside of a Homes.com listing, a Redfin, Zillow. You're going to be talking about surge pricing at the grocery store, why you should always tap your phone to pay, and how AI can actually read your smartwatch's results for you. And of course, we just have the greatest callers ever here on the Kim Komando Show.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite, obey your thirst.
I would like to give you a $500 Amazon gift card. I really would. And then maybe you'd even win a $1,000 Amazon gift card. You see, what's happening is it's my Christmas cash giveaway. Every single day, I'm giving up to a $500 gift card by just in my newsletter. It's pretty amazing. And you could win. You don't have to buy a thing. And you can also be on the show, and then you can also win that way too. So here's what you need to do. No purchase necessary. Go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. It's open to all U.S. residents 18 and older. You get the full rules at komando.com. Again, enter to win right now. It's going to be ending soon, folks. So you know what? I'm telling you, if you want some Christmas cash, this is the place to go. Winfromkim.com. Winfromkim.com. All right, let's get started with Jesse in Fort Worth, Texas. Oh, this doesn't look good, Jesse.
Well, thanks for taking my call, Kim. I've got I own a small farm and ranch ag supply business here in Texas, and a few weeks ago, I started getting calls. People were trying to buy heavy equipment from us, and at first I brushed the phone calls off, thought it was the wrong number, and then I got to looking into it, and scammers they have opened up a website using my business's name, my business's address.
Oh gosh.
And using a very using a phone number that's very similar to our own, same area code and everything. And anyway, I've been trying the last 2 months, trying to find avenues to get it shut down.
Okay.
As the scam's been going on, we just keep getting more and more calls from people who are either trying to buy equipment or people that have been scammed out of deposits, or in some cases, the full asking price of the machinery. And anyway, we hear you on the radio here. A local radio station plays you, and I've called just about everybody I could think of, and now I'm reaching out to you, see if you got any advice.
Wait, I'm sorry that you're going through all this. This is a nightmare. Now, you have the FTC. Did you do the Internet Crime Complaint Center? Have you done those steps?
I did the FTC. I did the IC3. Earlier this week, another bank in Georgia had contacted me. They said one of their customers had been scammed.
This is really going to hurt your reputation. This is bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad.
Right.
All right. So the scammers are on a different site. Did they steal your domain, or did they come up with a similar domain?
It was actually a domain that I used to own, and then I gave up some of the domains that I was paying for.
Yeah, you know what?
And,
we do that too. We've done that in the past. What's a nightmare? Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to go. It's called a DMCA takedown. I've had to do this myself. So you do a Whois lookup to see where they registered this domain. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then you file a complaint with the host directly, and it's called a DMCA takedown for stolen content. Okay.
Are they using your logos and your photos?
No, sir. No, they created their own logo.
Yeah.
And and they're using stock photos. I guess evidently, talking to the bankers that have called us, they're using legitimate VIN numbers that match the photos that they have.
So
in
this
their
is
ads.
a sophisticated operation.
Yeah,
here.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so we've got to be a little bit smarter than they are. I would put a scam alert on your homepage. Mm-hmm. And say, basically this is happening, big red letters. We're doing our best to take it down. Look at your own Google profile page, your business profile page, and start asking for positive reviews and start moving that engine. But there is something called the ICANN. It's ICANN. Aside from the DMCA takedown, is that it's the Internet Corporation of Assigned Names and Numbers, if you want to know what the acronym actually stands for.
We all knew that, Kim.
Okay,
Come
I'm
on.
sorry.
It's so common.
You can also go to them and say that this company these scammers are spoofing me. Okay? Mm-hmm. And because with the DMCA takedown and the ICANN, it's their role is to make sure that whatever domains are out there, that they are legit. And and that was a really good question that you asked, Andrew, about your logos, because if you can claim that they are violating of your copyrights or trademarks, then you get to the next level, but they're not doing that because they're smart.
Yeah.
But you can also say that there's consumer confusion. If this goes on much further, I would get a lawyer involved. Because when these internet outfits and the FTC, they get a request from somebody on legal letterhead, I think it makes them pay attention a little bit more. Also, don't forget about your state's attorney general. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's also another place that you can file a complaint, because this is a complete nightmare. So, Jesse, I put you on hold. Take all that intel, and if you need any help afterwards, folks, give Jesse my private email address, and we'll kind of take it to the next level. All right, let's see. Ed in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is a great question. Hi, Ed.
Hi there, guys. How you doing?
Wonderful. What's going on with you?
Well, I've decided I was going to write a book, and I started doing that, and then realized I was checking out a lot of sources, a lot of resources for doing it. I got involved with Grammarly, and I started looking at even using Dragon to dictate things into my Evernote files and that kind of thing. But I need to edit this. How do I do that? Well, Grammarly will do part of it, but I thought, what will the AIs do? So I went to Perplexity and ChatGPT and Gemini, started putting stuff in, and it would assess what I've got there. But I'd get one assessment in Perplexity, I get a little different one from ChatGPT, I get something else from another one, and I thought, as long as it took me to write this first chapter to have it edited, if I don't find an efficient way and a more effective way to do this, this thing could take a while. So I thought maybe there is a best AI that would be good for helping as a resource and then doing some editing of my work.
See,
and that's why it was called.
So what's the book about?
It's a fiction version of what I'll call a memoir or autobiography.
Okay.
All right. A lot of the results that you get back from AI, it's all the quality of the prompts. And so, a good prompt might be critique this for pacing, character development, tone, readability, include what's working, what needs improvement, be direct, be unbiased, be detailed. And the different chatbots will give you back different results. But when you are looking for AI to critique something, then again, that's the quality of the prompt. So before we give up on ChatGPT and Perplexity, which I think this is probably a better job for ChatGPT than it is for Perplexity, is I would really look at the quality of the prompts. There is an AI made for fiction writers. It's called Sudowrite, S-U-D-O, Write, Sudowrite. That may be something that you might want to try instead of using Perplexity, Claude, or ChatGPT or something like that, because that's really made for fiction writers. And I hope that I have a prominent place there. Don't you think, Andrew?
Oh, yeah. Leading role.
All right, so you check your smartwatch or your fitness ring, and there it is, your heart rate, your sleep score, your blood oxygen, your recovery score. But what does this really mean? I mean, are you truly thriving or just one snack away from collapse? Okay, here's a great idea for your health data. Ask ChatGPT or Gemini to explain it like a real coach. Say, I slept 6 hours, my HRV is 32, resting heart rate 58, readiness score 72. What does this mean for my body? And you're going to get this easy to understand breakdown. No guessing, no scrolling through Reddit at 2 a.m. trying to figure out if you're dying or just dehydrated. And if you want to go deeper, you can ask Chat or your AI how to improve your sleep, lower your stress, and boost recovery just based on your own data. It's actually pretty incredible. All right, still to come, we have more of your fantastic phone calls as well as the shocker that you're not going to believe that's available on real estate listings right now. It's incredible. All right, let's talk about your money. You pull out your credit card, you see your number, it's plastered right on the front like a neon sign, and anyone in line can see it, take a picture of it, and there's a better way, a smarter way to pay for anything. If you're not already doing this, let me tell you, now is the time. I'm talking about Apple Pay, Google Pay. So instead of dragging out those plastic cards through the slot, you just tap your phone and you move on. Here's why it's safer. You see, when you swipe or insert a credit card, the machine reads the actual number on your card. Now, if that machine is compromised by a skimmer, your info's gone. But with contactless, your real number never leaves your pocket. Your phone generates this one-time code that only works for that single transaction. If somebody grabs that code, just too bad for them. Plus, there's an extra layer of security. Of course, you confirm every payment with Face ID, Touch ID, or a passcode. So if you're not already using Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, or Google Pay, now is definitely the time to do it. Let's see. Lisa in Augusta, Maine. Thanks for your call today. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
We're fabulous. What's going on there in Maine that we can lend a hand to?
Well, the reason that I reached out to you is because I need some advice on getting a smartwatch for my boyfriend's birthday. He has a very particular job, and he is out in the woods pretty much all day long. And this past year, we've had a very, very dry season. So we now have ground hornets, and he has stepped on a couple of ground hornets' nests.
What? Wait. I'm sorry. I'm a desert rat. What is a ground hornet?
It's basically a hornet that decides to build its nest in the dirt.
How big are they?
The nest?
Or the ground hornet?
The ground hornet's a regular-sized hornet.
Oh.
So
Okay.
It's like a little bit bigger than a bee.
Okay, because for some reason when you said ground hornet, I just like pictured like
Picture the
these.
wasp?
Yes, yes. And then them walking around, and your boyfriend stepping on them, and you hear that crunchy sound. I was just going into places where with my mind that I shouldn't have gone.
Hornets are
Oh, no,
terrifying.
They are
It's
terrifying.
funny because what ends up happening is he steps on the nest and then the whole thing comes alive, and now he's got hundreds of hornets chasing him down the mountain. And because he's a little bit of a Sasquatch, he throws everything, including his phone. And he's running down the mountain, and then by the time he realizes they're not chasing him, he comes to the conclusion that, I'm going to have to go back and get my phone.
Okay.
So he runs certain software programs on his phone. He does Avenza, but Avenza doesn't do a smartwatch app.
Okay.
And then he does ArcGIS, but there's some conversion that needs to go on, and I know none of this. If I hadn't listened to you over the years, I literally wouldn't even know what any of that stuff is.
But you sound like you do, and I think that's fabulous.
Oh no, I have what I would call ADD, which is anything digital happens disastrously.
Well, so you want to get him a smartwatch? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's I'm thinking if he's got it on his wrist, there's less likely going to take flight.
Well, and then it's cold there too, right?
It does get cold here, yeah,
Okay.
in the winter.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I would look at a Garmin Instinct Solar. They're about $300. It does work with Avenza, the workflows, and it does work with the GLONASS, the GPS, and the Galileo. And it has a 28-day battery life, but with solar is that it's going to keep charging. So I think
That's fabulous.
I think that would be really, and it's pretty rugged.
Is it waterproof?
That's
Oh yeah, this thing is it. It also works in cold weather.
Is it ground hornet proof?
I don't know.
What about sky hornets?
I don't think it's been tested for that.
Okay.
But I think that Lisa, if you got him that, I think that would like seal the deal. I mean, boyfriend. I mean, let's when you guys get married already.
it's been 23 years. I have no intention of getting married.
Okay.
No, that just didn't come out right at all. No, he's wonderful.
This is going to be a makeup gift for when you apologize for the things you just said about him on a national radio show.
Just give us his email address. We want to send him a little clip. We're gonna give you a chance to redeem yourself right now. But you love the heck out of him, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's
See?
the best guy ever.
Yes, he's the best guy ever. Best guy ever.
Who steps on ground hornets?
And then runs down the mountain. Okay. What a story, right? Oh, that watch is going to be all the buzz. All right, as promised, I got to tell you what's happening with real estate listings because, most people hop on real estate sites to see their dream house or to check local sales. That's really cute. But if you know where to click, these sites cough up more secrets than that tipsy aunt at Christmas dinner, okay? First of all, this is incredible. Hop over to homes.com and you get a mortgage peep show. Search any address, scroll down far enough on the page, and there's the gold mine. Sometimes you'll see how much the owner borrowed, what they still owe, and their interest rate. Now, with Zillow, forget the Zestimate. Click price/tax history to see what the seller paid, when they bought it, and how their taxes have climbed over the years. Meanwhile, on Realtor.com, hit the neighborhood tab for commute time, school ratings, crime stats, and also what the neighbors paid. These are all great negotiating tools. And, think about this. I get what real estate is, but I've always wondered what abstract estate is. Ooh, I know. We're a bit of a stretch. All right, still to come, we have some more fantastic phone calls you can't afford to miss, as well as what's going on with surge pricing and AI at the grocery store. You don't want to miss that here on The Kim Komando Show.
This is Jason Momoa, and I'll be your finance professor today. Welcome to Banking Smarter 101 with Chime. Bam! First lesson, sign up for Chime and set up direct deposit. You'll be joining millions of members banking fee-free. Second lesson, get cash back on eligible purchases while building credit and a higher APY on your savings. That's how you bank smarter this season. Fa-la-la-la-la, class dismissed. Join Chime today.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and a secure Chime Visa credit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. Details at chime.com/fees-info. With a qualifying direct deposit, earn 1.5% cash back on eligible secure Chime Visa credit card purchases. On-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. APY means annual percentage yield. Learn about credit building and more at chime.com.
Oh, Hilton stay. Your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. Enjoy comfortable rooms and friendly service when you stay with Hilton instead. Save up to 25% this season when you book with Hilton. Hilton for the stay. Terms apply.
All right, let's see. Larry in Chicago, Illinois, listening to us on the Big WLS 890 AM. Hi there, Larry.
Hello, this is so exciting to be speaking to you. I have, I hope, a interesting question. And I am a huge fan of the newsletter, by the way. I learn things every single time. Thank you. So what it is, I'm actually calling on behalf of Mom, who loves to sell things on Craigslist. And she has a lot of ads, like we're talking 24.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And Craigslist used to require you to update the ads every few weeks. They have cut it back every 48 hours. And it's got something to do with spammers or hackers or something. But it's a huge pain. And I said to myself, in today's computer world, there's got to be a program, an app, something to update. But because I read your newsletter, I'm smart enough to be terrified of looking for anything, because presumably you'd have to give them login credentials and all sorts of things.
Yeah, you would. So you're wondering if there's a way to automatic update, or just like log in, change a word or two, and then just log out?
Right. I don't think they even require you to change words. You just basically have to log in and click renew.
Oh, okay.
But when you've got dozens of ads, it's a pain, and then having to do it so frequently. If you miss the deadline, you've got to reconstruct the ad, which is very time-consuming.
Well, you know, there are these automation tools. One is called IFTTT, and the other one's called Zapier. And it's made for these type of tasks. It's where you can say, I need you to do this, check this box, and log out, or a series of steps. I mean, some people use it to say, you know, at 7 a.m., I want you to raise the blinds and open the garage door and start the coffee, and you can do. And so so it's made to automate a series of steps. And so and it's not that hard to do. We use Zapier here in the studios all the time. Then they have a free version, they have a pay version, but I don't think you necessarily need to even get the pay version. But it's not that hard, but you do need to have a little bit of computer sense in order to actually do it.
So is it AI that you talk to it and it's a fancy version of writing a macro? Or?
You know what? You could use ChatGPT to actually do that. To say, I need you to write this for it's called IFTTT or Zapier. And then ChatGPT, I'm sure, would write the script that you would need, that you could plug that in there, which is actually really smart. That's a good idea, Larry. The other thing you can do is set Apple reminders or, you know, Google reminders every 4 hours, but that's kind of a pain in the neck, especially, what is she trying to do, downsize?
Yeah, absolutely. She and I both, when you collect art and antiques and your house is bursting at the seams, you start selling things. Yes. So then you have room to buy more stuff.
We love that for you. You might want to try Nextdoor or OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if Craigslist is making you do this every 48 hours, I mean, that's That's a total pain in the neck, isn't it? I mean,
I don't know if I've ever heard someone reference Craigslist in probably 2 years.
I was kind of thinking that too, but maybe I was like, I haven't tried to sell anything. I know I've sold things on OfferUp.
I'm moving, and so I'm selling a bunch of stuff. I did it all on Facebook Marketplace. Now, did I get robbed? Yes, but it was easy.
Okay, when we come back, I want to know how exactly you got robbed, okay? Larry, thanks for your kind words about the show and the newsletter. Appreciate you. Speaking of Craigslist, I posted my bike for sale on Craigslist the other day for like $150. This guy messaged me and asked, "What's the lowest you'll go on it?" I said, 2 miles per hour. Anything less, you're going to tip over. He did not laugh. I know. Laura in Houston, Texas, welcome.
Hey, Kim. Hey, thank you so much for all you do and all your messaging and tips and really helping with just actionable items where, I just go right out and, stop it and change that setting or whatever.
Good.
So I really appreciate you.
Good. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that because, it is a labor of love. Let me tell you, it never stops.
I believe that. And you portray that in everything you do. So thank you. So, hey, I had something kind of weird come up, which I was on an interview and it was held on Google Meet.
Okay.
And then the next morning, I got several messages from Bravado that only could have been generated by something I had in my private conversation. Was this something that could have come from Google Meets or the person that was doing the interview having some type of recruiting thing that then fed it back into Bravado or something I couldn't even imagine?
What is Bravado? I don't know what that is.
It's some type of a recruiting, job listing, network application having to do with, not quite of the LinkedIn level, but it was recommending a couple of jobs.
I see.
Hey, we think you'd be great for this based on only what could have come out of a couple of words out of this conversation, which I thought was private.
Well, let me tell you, Google Meet calls, they are encrypted. And Google has said that they don't analyze any meetings for ads or external sales because then everybody kind of Freaky Friday about that. I mean, we're already Freaky Friday about them reading our Gmail, right? So imagine if we were having confidential meetings and then they had all that data. It's more likely that maybe the company that you mentioned or the interviewer was using some type of AI tools to maybe transcribe the conversation. And when they transcribed that conversation, that it then became linked back to you, no pun intended. And it also, when you signed up for this Bravado service, so many times is that hidden within the terms and conditions. And then when you sign up, is that they'll say, hey, we're going to be sharing this data with other recruiters. And so when you agreed to accept this meeting for this job and you shared your email and that information with Bravado, they went ahead and shared it with someplace else. Because anytime that they share the data, guess what they make? Money, honey, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And so what you can do is review any type of data sharing settings that is, that's in this Bravado service. They are probably using the AI transcription tools. It's pretty hard to stay anonymous any place, anytime. But I know what you're thinking. Like, I just got off this interview and now I'm getting these emails. Like, how targeted is this, right?
Yeah.
And so it's probably hidden somewhere in those terms and conditions that I'm sure you read, Laura, right?
Well, probably the first paragraph of 97 pages or whatever it was.
Exactly. You're like, you look at it and you're like, I'm just going to scroll down to agree. That's it. Hey, Laura, thanks for your call today and your kind words. All right, let's talk for just a little bit about the show and podcasts. Now, if you're not already getting the Kim Komando Show podcast, you really ought to check it out. I mean, we love our radio stations absolutely, totally. But no matter where you get your podcast, search for Kim Komando Show, and that's where you can get all 4 hours of the Kim Komando Show. This is actually hour 4. Did you know there are 3 other hours that I produce every single week? So in order to get all 4 hours of the Kim Komando Show as a podcast, wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K, of course. All right, still to come, a big alert about surge pricing and AI at the grocery store here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, grocery chains are ditching those old school printed price tags and switching to what's called ESLs, electronic shelf labels, and they use artificial intelligence so that these tags can change prices in real time based on demand, the weather, inventory, even the time of day. Whole Foods, Amazon Fresh, regional chains are using them. So what can you do to save money? Use cashback apps, and this way you get money back for buying things you're already going to buy anyway. And always be sure to sign up for the grocery store's loyalty programs. But here's a secret. You don't have to use your real telephone number. Just try your area code and then 867-5309. That's right, 867-5309. Yeah, the song, it works almost anywhere. I used it myself the other day. Just a reminder, the big Christmas cash giveaway is underway right now, and you want to enter to win, trust me. Go to winfromkim.com. And that's the end of hour 4, but I'm sure in your podcast player, there are some shows that you haven't listened to. Come on, just fire up your podcast player and get more tech know-how, whether you're walking or on your commute or whatever you might be doing.
Your Wish is Your Command is being called the greatest success book of all time, with over 100,000 5-star reviews.
I went from $5,000 on my bank account to $8 million.
My income doubled.
I was able to retire at the age of 31.
It reveals the missing key to the law of attraction. Your Wish is Your Command is now available on Amazon. Search Your Wish is Your Command on Amazon to get your copy today.